Bang! We are live, ladies and gentlemen, live on Neevesknives. I am Jared, and how's everybody doing? Hopefully everybody's doing well. I'm kind of rushing in here, late as all hell, but we're going to get to it anyways. See, Durbin's in here, KOD. We got Lyle and Alyssa. Dennis, how you guys doing? Let me get this on. Why am I not seeing all the comments? Anyways, so we got a couple pretty cool topics. I didn't get a lot written down because, like I said, I was kind of rushing in here, but we still got some pretty cool topics. What is going on? Sorry, guys. Something like, oh, here comes the comments. I couldn't see the comments for a minute. Now I see them all. I see you guys. Blades and EDC, how you doing, man? Patina, what's up? What is that? Brand American? What's up? We got some names in here. Sometimes, man, some of the handles you guys have are hilarious. Sometimes I got to put them together, but yeah, they're great. We're going to talk a little bit about Civivi's button locks here in a minute. Let some people roll in here. Also, I did buy a bunch of USA-made knives under $100. I kind of went all out. I spent a lot of money, actually, because I know some of them are not going to be good, right? I know, and there were a few that I almost got just because I was like, man, this could be okay. But in the back of my head, like I knew, even though this might be good for the money they're asking, it couldn't be the best, so I was like, okay, I'll stay away from those, but I got quite a few coming, and hey, if they are all really good, we might even have maybe the top 10 best USA made knives under $100, but at the very least, we will still have the top 5. It's going to be an awesome list. How's everyone doing this wonderful evening? Shout out to Blades and Fades. Go and follow his channel. He's got awesome sharpening content among lots of other content. Awesome channel. Awesome guy. He's been on here before. Go and follow his content. You guys won't regret that one. What's up, bud? You see my email yet? No, I'll get to the emails tonight, though. I've been late today on the emails. I got to as many as I could this morning. Speaking of emails, I'm not going to tell you what it is, but I got something pretty crazy coming. A company emailed me. I'm actually pretty excited about it. It's going to go behind us on the wall. Just wait. I don't know how long it'll take to get here, but it's pretty crazy. I'm surprised this company got a hold of me. I'm going to review it, and then I'm going to hang it back there, so I'll be able to shout it out every now and then. Pretty damn crazy. I should just tell you guys what it is, but I want it to be a surprise. I'm getting a workshop field sharpener very soon. Very excited. Awesome. Yeah, no, everybody should have one of those. I don't care how, even if you're not even that deep in the EDC community, everybody should have one. Because it's even something that if your father, grandfather, uncle, brother-in-law, brother, whatever comes by, you can help them sharpen their pocket knives. If you're on the job site or if you only have a couple knives, that's a fantastic way to maintain your edges and sharpen them always. You can literally full-blown sharpen your knives on them easily. I use it all the time. Or maintain and hone them. Just an awesome system. And it has the guides already there. If you're going to use their guides, you do have to keep it at 20 degrees per side, but there's nothing wrong with that. And most edges come a little bit higher than that, so it's pretty much perfect for most EDC knives. The one company I can think of that it's too high for is Spyderco. Spyderco's edges from the factory come at 15 degrees per side, which is amazing. That's a badass angle. But that's why when you look at a Spyderco, their edge bevels are nice and large. And when you really think about it, so like the Mannix's blade, the stock thickness So here I got a Spyderco PM2. The stock thickness of a Mannix is 130 thousandths, right? Their edges, behind the edges, is right around 20 thousandths. But it's a full flat grind and it's a nice broad blade. That's really good geometry when you think about it, especially when you put 15 degrees per side on there. Now, compared to mega slicers, no, that's not like insane geometry. However, that is like really good cutting geometry. And because the taper goes, from here down, from here, the thickest point, and then it gets thinner and thinner and thinner and thinner all the way down to the tip. It has a nice taper down to the tip, giving you a nice acute tip for utility cuts. Now, people do... Man, my microphone was too far away, guys. I'm sorry. Now, people do break their tips. Not a lot, but it does happen often on Spydercos. You just don't want to drop them on concrete and stuff like that. But I love the blade shape. I think the grinds are great. They work out because they're like that happy medium where you could be hard on them and, they're really good slicers. Now, the beauty of them, the best thing about them, they do a damn good heat treat. Damn good heat treat. Out of all the companies, this is who, in my opinion, does the best for production, right? Because remember, we always have to separate production heat treats from custom heat treats. Of course, custom heat treats are going to be superior because they're able to do them one-offs. And sorry, guys, I just got out of the shower. My nose is all scratchy. But small batch companies are able to do, small batch heat treats. But for production levels where they're doing hundreds of knives at a time, I'm not sure, how many Spyderco blades are heat treated at a time, but either way, they got the fucking heat treats down pat. Thank you, baby. Bringing me my coffee.
Drinking it all first.
Don't do that. Don't do that. Is it good? Mm-hmm. Here's my lovely wife, Kara. Say hi, baby.
Hello.
She's British.
I am. I'm a pinky pointer. Just kidding. Hello. I get another sip and I'll go.
Thank you, baby.
You're welcome.
And separate production heat. What?
Do you know a fact about me?
That you live in New York.
Damn it! You got me.
And separate production heat treats from gas station heat treats. Yeah, for sure. Separate those two. I think I probably should do that, especially since we have a lot of new people in here. Yes, gas station knives, they don't even make the list for heat treat. To be honest, man, if I was really even gonna like think about it, like from like Walmart knives and things like that, the only company I would really put on the list of having a decent heat treat, and a lot of you would probably scream at me for this, would be Kershaw. Kershaw's heat treats are mediocre for those knives. Compared to those knives, they're probably incredible. Now, Kershaw and ZT compared to other companies are mediocre. That's what I meant to say. Hey, we got a donation. I have no idea what that is, so thank you for the 75 crackers. Schubert, thank you, man. I appreciate the donation. Do you own any Shark Lock knives? What would be your recommendation? Yes, I do. Let me grab them for us. So I got 2 Shark Locks. So I got the Demco 8020, the big dog. And then I have the 8020.5, but the 8020.5 has a transparent knives custom reblade with Magna Cut at 64.5 HRC at 10 thousandths behind the edge, hollow ground spear point. This is a super deep hollow grind. This thing's 10 thousandths up here. I mean, it is so thin. And I have another shout out. Original GOAT titanium scales, USA made. So this thing's damn near all USA made now. Remember, the original 20.5 is Taiwan. This is USA, right? By Andrew Demko. And then this is his design done in Taiwan. But this has the transparent knives, Brian's reblade. USA, and then the scales from Original Goat, USA made. Now, I have a discount code if anybody wants to get aluminum scales, backspacers, or titanium. I do have a discount code. I link them down in the description of all my regular videos. But yeah, I love the Shark Lock. It's an incredibly strong locking mechanism, very easy to use. You just pull this tab down and it just drops. They are on bearings. Very, very smooth. This is a beast, though. This is not only has an incredibly strong locking mechanism, but the geometry and blade is incredibly thick. So that hinders the cutting performance. So, but the ergos, the comfortability of the knife feels like a fixed blade. So, excuse me. So you have maximum leverage into the cuts, meaning like you could grab this thing like this and chop with it. You could definitely do some hard use cutting, and you're going to be super comfortable. So you're going to have tons of leverage through the cuts, but the blade's not going to cut as well as, say, this reblade, right? Now, this reblade's not going to be nowhere near as tough as something like this, though. This thing is incredible hard use. This is incredible sliciness. You got to pick your battles. Now, most people, they tend for EDC to lean towards, not all, but a lot of them tend to lean towards the slicier. Some people like the happy medium, and then there's some that want that hard use, incredible strength, because they're really tough on their knives. But if you're just cutting with your knife, geometry is what you want. You want high cutting performance and high edge retention so that your edge stays sharp for a long time and your cutting performance, is really good. It passes through materials really nice. And yeah. Too bad you can't find them anywhere. I would love to pick up a few of the 80/20s. I already have the 20.5 in the Original Goat scale set ordered. Awesome, Chris. I hope you use my damn discount code. So, for those of you that are like really trying to get one of these Demco 20s, I would say get some friends in the community, because a lot of people are going to Blade Show this year, and I guarantee Demco's going to be there, and he's going to have probably a whole bunch of, not only a whole bunch of them, but probably, I don't know for sure, but maybe like some cool blade shapes. I don't know that for sure. Maybe some different grinds, maybe some skinnies. I'm not positive all what he has. You could follow his channel on Instagram and you'll keep up with what he's going to have on his table, but he'll for sure have a bunch on his table. And I think he always does first come, first serve. So, but if you know somebody going, that's how I got my 20.5 last year. I had somebody that I knew going to Blade Show. I said, hey, man, can you do me a favor? Do me a solid? And he did. Is tomorrow the giveaway? No, tomorrow, Monday. Tomorrow we have the Bang Gang live at noon. So shout out to all the Bang Gang squad. Tomorrow we have a live with the Bang Gang squad, and on Monday we'll pull the giveaway. Talica with the 5 bones. I sent you a couple recommendations for your Iron Rangers via text message. They were Amazon links. Did I see them? I can't remember if I seen them. Awesome. Well, I'll check it out. I bought a whole new, well, not just the cleaning kit I showed you guys, but I bought a new cleaning kit for my other boots, because I'm going to do a video showing how to properly clean, good boots. And yeah, I got a couple different pairs I got to clean up. One pair I'm going to give to one of my cousins, and then I got another pair I'm cleaning up, and then I already cleaned one of my, they're kind of like they're boots, but they're like boot shoes, but they're all leather and they're more casual. So I cleaned those up, but I got my my Red Wings all minked up, all with the mink oil and everything. Got them sealed up. I've worn them a couple times now. Yes, it's painful as all hell, but they'll break in. What is it? 200 hours, I think, Talica is the recommendation. 200 hours to break them in. Whew. Talk about some blisters. Yoda says, I just got my Hapstone R2 sharpening system today, as well as my Strops and Veneer stones. Super excited. Hell yeah. That's badass. Tomorrow, I think we're going to sharpen one of these Civivis because I got to sharpen. Man, I got a lot of knives I need to sharpen, but I do have that new, I'm not going to do it tomorrow during the Bang Gang Live, but I do have that new Cadet we need to break out, that new sharpening system. So we're going to talk about wear resistant steels here in just a second. I thought, oh yeah. I don't know what you guys think about this. Maybe you guys think it's a bad idea. I don't know. But I thought about taking and like screenshotting maybe or something like that, like 20 or 30 rude comments. All right. Just really rude, obnoxious comments and not showing them or anything like that, but taking them and then doing an entire video of me answering these comments. I thought that'd be pretty funny, but with like not being like mean or sarcastic, but just being as humble as possible and just answering the comments, in an honest way, to where people that actually think that stuff and that are not saying it, I can answer for them. So then maybe they're like, oh yeah, I guess that does make sense, because sometimes people say things in a sarcastic way that's, maybe they're not trying to be mean. They're just trying to be funny or sarcastic, but they're actually serious, I thought that'd be a cool video. Did he say Yoda? It's not for me. Yeah, I got the Cadet this week. It's sweet. Nice. Hell yeah. Hopefully you use my link. No, I'm just joking. But yeah, I got mine. I still need to bust it out. I've already checked it out a little bit, but I haven't really got into it. I need to get into it deep. All of the TS Prof systems are super elite. So there's no doubt that it's not an incredible system. You know what I mean? It's just doing the review and testing it and seeing where the benefits and the negatives are. Maurice! Shout out to Maurice. Thank you for the 5 pounds, brother. There are 2 types of people in this world. Those who like Neil Diamond and those who don't. Well, Maurice, that did not answer the question of which one are you. What's up, Chuck? Colt says, where is the Benchmade USA factory at? Might want to watch how they make ballast songs. Oh, shit. I'm sorry, guys. My screen just went crazy. Ah, damn it. I hate when this happens. Give me 1 second, guys. Somebody will answer that question. Oh, damn it. There it goes. Did I disappear? I don't know what I did. So yeah, right there. There you go. Benchmade is in Oregon. Now, I don't know if they allow you in their factory to watch them assemble or anything like that, just because sometimes they have things that are happening behind the scenes that are not out yet and they don't want people to know about. But hey, I don't know. I've never been there, so I can't speak for it. But I'm sure they have somewhat of a place where you can go into, maybe buy knives and stuff, but I have no idea. I'm not the guy to ask. If Zach was in here, Zach would know. Oh, there's my mama. Hey, Mom. Hello, son. How are you? And is everybody doing? Wait. How is everybody tonight? Hope everybody's doing good. Thank you, Mom. I hope you're doing well as well. Schubert with another 150 crackers. Holy cow. I don't know how many crackers this adds up to, but holy cow, man. Thank you, man. I appreciate it. What would be top fidgetable knives? Great question. So I would say the top fidget knives, I'm going to show a couple, but the top fidget knives are going to be multiple deployment knives. So something with a front flipper and a flipper and then some type of reverse flicking deployment like the EMP EDC Nimble. That would be a great one. Spydercos are kind of good, especially for righties because it's got the compression lock. Now mine has the CME from OCD for EDC. It's just a little tab that goes on your compression lock. So you can also do it lefty. Button locks are really good though. So right now, I'd probably recommend one of these, the Chevalier, by Civivi. Civivi Chevalier. It's got a flipper, and it's got a fuller for you to flick, and it's a button lock. So you just hit the button and let it drop. And these are affordable, and it's 14C28N. Great steel, great heat treat, great everything. Great knife. I like it. Reversible clip too if you're left-handed. Now then they also have the Conspirator. Another great one. Same thing. It's got a flipper and a fuller for the reverse flick. And then you also can just push the button and swing it. But these are really good. This one's a Nitro V. Luke! Or wait, no, Maurice with another 10 bones. Lemmy Clemister is my favorite. Well, I guess that makes you that kind of person. Thanks, Maurice. I appreciate the donny. And then Luke with the 20 bones. I'm more of a Stevie Ray. I don't know how to pronounce that, but I'll just say Stevie Ray fan. Thank you, Luke. I appreciate the 20 bones, man. Thank you, all you guys, man. But yeah, these are very fidgety. They're fun to play with. The action and detent, or what acts as a detent, is really good on the flipping deployments. But man, there's a lot of great fidget knives. Fidget knives since, I would say knives since like the past 2 years, they've really tried to just knock it out of the park with knives that are really fidgety. Another one that's really, really good is the Voss Steed Bellamy. That's another one. I got one around here somewhere, but I'd have to dig it out. I might have it right here. Oh, I thought I had one right here, but I guess I don't. But yeah, the Vostein Bellamy is really good. Now, if you're on like a budget, like a really tight budget, you can get something like a Sativian. They're really good. This is just an access lock, but this is, man, Sativian knocked it out of the park with this access lock. They have tension because the spring from their version of the bar lock has like a really strong resistance. So you have to like so much strength to overcome. So once you thumb flick it, it just springs out. It feels assisted, but it's not. And it's on bearing, so you can also just use the bar lock. But yeah, these are surprising. When you flip it open for the first time, you're like, whoa. Like you don't expect it, especially if you're used to Benchmade's, because Benchmade's are not on bearings and their crossbar lock is not as strong as that one. So it's surprising to you when you feel it. I'm backed up just a little bit. Let me just catch up really quick. Oh, Bobby with the 357. Thank you for the 5 bones. I appreciate it, man. All you guys are amazing. All this money goes back into the channel, and it doesn't happen without you guys. I do appreciate all the donations so much. And like this week, man, I've spent quite a bit of money to make this video happen. Which, you know, when I make videos like this, it's a risk because it could just tank, right? I have like a huge chance that I'm gonna 100% lose out on the money, which is okay. You know, there's still the passion and, you know, of growing the channel and everything. So no matter what, it's okay. But you try to plan out your money correctly to where it benefits the channel, at least in the most way. So even if it's a loss, it's not a complete loss. You know what I mean? And I'm hoping that this is a good video for the channel, you know, like maybe one of those heavy hitters, but we'll see. We'll see how it goes. They all can't be heavy hitters. I'll just say that. I wish they all could be heavy hitters. Now I did think about actually doing because I've been doing 2 videos a day for a long time. 2 videos a day, 2 lives a week, 6 lives a month. I know that doesn't make sense, but it's because I do the Bang Gang lives every 2 weeks, plus the Patreon stuff, plus my reels, or sorry, my shorts and my reels, which I'm not even adding into that amount. So I don't even know, a lot of videos a week, a lot. So, where was I going with that? I don't remember now. Anyways, I was thinking about possibly shrinking it down and doing only like 3 videos a week. No, yeah, like 3 to 5 videos a week. However, doing it to where, and just trying it, like not doing it full time or anything, but just doing it and doing 3 videos, maybe a week for 2 weeks, but doing really good quality videos, because I try to put as much quality as I can put in for what it's worth. I could definitely do way better quality videos, but I would put more effort in. Now, the problem with that is the return. Like, would I get the return on the amount of effort versus doing 14 videos a week, and getting a better return? I don't know. I have to try to find out. Do you have a video on how to dye G10 scales? Yeah, I think so. Yeah. Yes, we do. I believe so. Hey, baby! Did we do a video on dyeing G10? Did we do a video on dyeing G10? Yeah, I think so. Did we post it? I thought we did. She says she doesn't remember if we posted it or not. I thought we did, but if not, there's a lot of videos. It's really easy. If we didn't post it, it's because it was too easy and there's so many videos on it. But man, it's so easy. Get some synthetic red dye. You're going to use a little teaspoon of vinegar. We'll use about a half a bottle inside of a pot, boiling water, and dunk them. Make sure they're the JG10 or natural G10. Pick your color, and um, you want to soak them, but not for too long. Keep checking it, rinse it off, make sure you got your right color and all that before you stop. And don't let it sit in there too long, because you'll notice that, like, I messed up one pair one time. It was supposed to come out gray. It came out black because I left it in there too long. Civil War in the chat. Civil War? Is there? I want in. What is it about? Which is better? Which is a better choice? Civivi Chevalier or the other new one? Well, the Chevalier is the new one. Are you talking about between these two? Between this one and this one? So this is how I say it. This one was a little bit underwhelming when I first got it. Now, the reason why is because this one, okay, so this is the Cogent. So my Cogent, actually, I've tried a couple Cogents, and they were all amazing actions. Like the flipping action is so good on these, so snappy. And I was expecting this kind of action, right? And I can even reverse flick it. I love the action. Now, the one problem with these is that a lot of them wound up getting blade rock. Now, you can stretch the spring. I have heard from a few people that it didn't work for theirs. It worked for mine. Now, you can also always get new springs. If anybody wants to know where to get the springs, I can tell you where to get the button lock parts. Anyways, but I was expecting this type of action. So when I got it, it wasn't as good. It was good. Like, if I would have never tried the Cogent, this would have been very impressive. But I was so used to the Cogent that that's the type of detent I was expecting. However, after about a week of flipping this thing, it got really good. Like, really, really good. So I'm very happy with it now. I'm very, very happy with it. This one came really good fresh out of the box, and I had 2 of them. Not as good as the Cogent, but very good. So I would say that the action is slightly better on this one over this one. But I think this one's but it's hard to say, man, because they're both good. This one just has a little bit lighter of a detent on mine versus this one. I personally, I like them both, man. I like them both just a little bit different. I like this blade shape more though. Because this blade shape, you know, I can poke with it. You know, you can still do utility cuts. The slicing, it's got a little bit of a broader blade. However, I like the steel on this one more. This one's gonna have better utility cuts. Like I said, it has a little bit better action. But and I like the steel better. Not by much though, a little bit better. So that's tough, man. That's tough. You know, I mean, I guess, you know, flip a coin. I don't think you would get the same amount of views. I know that's the problem. And that's what I mean. Like the reward, the time versus reward wouldn't be as good. Because I would put in the same amount of time with less views. However, this is the way I'm looking at it. The better quality videos, like if you understood like what I'm saying, like I have a plan in my head that I know would do good. The first, if I did it, the first 3 months would be regular views, you know, everything, it would just be kind of normal. So I would take a loss. Over time, though, I would get better and better views. The videos would get a lot more reach, and I know for sure 100% it would be a success over 6 months time, and it would expand. Now the question is, could I do that without doing that? Do you know what I mean? Like, and then I guess, would I be able to do more with that? You know what I mean? Like, it's kind of weird to talk about because you got to understand the time versus amount of postings ratio and the return. Like, I think that overall, that would be larger overall, long run. This would be better, you know, maybe a little bit more consistent. Like with that, you know, that way would take a drop, but then it would be good in the long run. This way would be better off now and more consistent and would still be good over time. But yeah, I would definitely take a loss at first. If they did die G10, it's been a long time. Oh, it was a long time ago. Yeah, it was a long time ago. Like when we first started the channel. 4 to 5 beats that. Did anyone get that new Giant Mouse Carta yet? The action seems so snappy and produced. What is that? The Giant Mouse Corta? I'm gonna look it up really quick. The Giant Mouse Corta. Hopefully you spelt that right. Giant Mouse Corta. What is this? How did I miss this? No, I didn't. React made this. Let me show everybody really quick so everybody else can see it. The Giant Mouse Corta. So here it is. It looks like it has a really nice satin finish on there. Nice plunge grind. Nice choil. It looks good. Let me see if I can. Oh, here we go. There's the show side. What size is it? Only a flipping action. I do love these clips right here. These are like the best clips. The Giant Mouse ones. M390 steel. Okay, M390 steel. 420 steel liners, and it is 3.1 inch blade. Not bad. Overall 7.3. Ooh, it seems a little small. I wish it was 7.6, 7.7. So the reason why I'm saying that is because check this out. I like these knives, by the way, that I'm about to talk about. However, I wish that they were a half inch bigger. These, like, the blade is 3.12, I think it is. Overall is like 7.3 or something like that. And I just wish the handle was this much bigger. I can still fit it, but I'm just like, my hands, like if you have medium sized hands, this would be perfect for your hands. But for mine, large hands, it's right there. It's like the line. Like if it can't be any smaller, right? It can't be any smaller. So I just wish it was just a tiny bit bigger. It'd be perfect. I like 3.25-inch blades. But I want it to be like 7.7 inches overall. 7.6, 7.7, 7.8. 8 inches is like my favorite. 7.9 to 8 inches, 3.4, 3.3 to 3.5 inch blade. Perfect. I even love a 4-inch blade, but I just mean like for small wise. Like, I don't mind a 3-inch blade, but give me a good handle. Like, and that's why I'm never mad at Spyderco's handles. People bitch about the blade to handle ratio, but fuck, man, the handles fit in your hand at least. So, like with the Spyderco's, you like, what is it? The Yojimbo has a 3-inch blade, but it still has a full size handle. And that's beautiful to me. Ed Darwin with the 10 bones. Jared, I just remembered that I'm mad at you for making me spend some money. You caused me to buy the Wee Press Check small knife, but a great user. Yeah, I made myself do. Yeah, it is a bit small. I thought it was bigger. I really did. It's a good knife though. Don't get me wrong. And this reminds me of something. This and a couple other knives that we're going to talk about. So where is it? Right here. So the new, well, not new, but new to me, the Drop or Caviso Ferrum Forge Crux. Well, the other ones are here. The Ferrum Forge knives, right? I really like their flipper design. First of all, before we get into this, I want to talk about pocket peckers. Pocket peckers. Right? I know there's people out there that don't like the pocket peckers. I personally, man, I don't have pocket pecker problems. Well, I mean, not from my knives. I don't have any, the clips, or sorry, the flipper tabs on my knives never bother me. I don't really put anything else in my knife pocket though. So what's it hitting? Like, it doesn't hit anything. There's nothing for it to hit. Now, if I put something in the bottom of my pocket, it still doesn't bother me. I don't really understand it. Maybe if it was like a huge flipper tab, like Medford. Medford has a knife with like a massive flipper tab. In that case, yes. But for just regular flipper tabs like this, doesn't bother me. I like a good flipper. I make the flipper work. That's what I want. Don't make it too small to where I'm slipping. Don't make it too small to where I'm wishing it was bigger. These are perfect flipper tabs, in my opinion. Same thing with the Ferrum Forge Archbishop 3.0. Perfect flipping action. I love it. The detent is perfect. All these Ferrum Forge designs, man, the detent, the flipper tabs are perfect. Now, 130,000s. I have found what seems that 130,000s blade stock thickness, which means that's how thick the blade stock is going to be wide-wise, right? Seems to be the perfect level of width of where a flipper tab, from my perspective, is the most comfortable. It's so comfortable. And that's one thing with the Press Check. Super comfortable flipper tab. And there's something about having a flipper tab where you have great finger placement and it's a comfortable flipper tab. So like, just basically where the flipper tab allows you to place your finger plus the detent strength adds to amazing action. And these have that. Now, I found that 120 thousandths, that's where it can start getting a little sharp. That's where, and don't get me wrong, I love having 120 thousandths thick blade stock thickness because that just leads to better geometry, right? Better cutting performance. But the flipper tabs tend to be a little bit sharper, a little bit more narrow in the fingers, especially when we have strong detents. So, there's a give and take, right? Would you rather the comfortable flipping action or the amazing geometry? Then, does 10 thousandths blade stock thickness really matter that much? It's arguable, I guess if the geometry is right, no. But if the geometry is not, then yes, it does. Chuck, with the two bones, wet versus dry sharpening on diamond stone. So you can go dry. You do not, well, with diamond plates, you can go dry. So if it's just a diamond plate, you can go dry all you want. Doesn't matter. Well, it matters to the point of which your plates will last longer. But you don't have to do it in the sense that it's going to clog them. You can just take a towel, a dry towel, wipe them off, whatever. Now, the Veneve or resin bonded diamond stones, yes, you need a lubricant. You need water or soap and water or some type of some type of oil, soap and water. Then, because those will get clogged and they're going to get clogged either way. You have to condition them and things like that. But just diamond plates, you can run them dry. They won't last as long if you run them dry, but they're less messy. So, give and take. If you don't really want to use water or soap and water, then you can maybe just fine, but they'll wear out a little bit faster. Not that much faster, but a little bit faster. It will never be called flipper tab for me again. It will forever be known as the pocket pecker. I don't have a problem with the pocket peckers. I know Nick Shabazz, he does not like pocket peckers. Like he likes flipper tabs, but I think he would rather, and this is just my perception, so I'm not speaking for him. He would rather have mediocre deploying knives versus having a good flipper tab. I'm talking shit, obviously. No, I'm sure he just wants a good flipping knife with a smaller flipper tab. I guess I understand that sometimes your leverage point, you need to have a little bit bigger flipper tab. And to me, I personally would rather have a good finger placement, which might mean it has to be a bigger flipper tab in order to have a comfortable flip and a powerful one. And you get a lot more leverage in it. Like sometimes with the smaller flipper tabs, like they're angled wrong and you have to like position your flip just perfectly to push button it, or you're slipping off of it, or it's got to be pokey. Just give me a comfortable flipper tab. I don't really care if it's big, as long as it works good. Chuck it with another two bones. It's the ultra sharp diamond stones. Yeah, you don't need water. You don't need it. You can use water or soap and water. It'll help make them last a little longer. Maybe, not like a dramatic amount of time. It's hard to say how much more time, but they do last a little bit longer if you use a lubricant, but it's messier. I like running them dry. So I run them dry. I already deal with enough wet stones and stuff like that. I love the benefits of a diamond plate of running them dry. That's the beauty to me. I can jump right on there. I ain't got to fucking clean nothing up. I don't have a mess afterwards. I can just go right into sharpening. With my other ones, man, it's messy. It's wet. It's this. It's that. Yeah. I have a 187 with the giant flipper tab and love it. No problem. That's not the one I'm talking about. I'm talking about that other one. The one with like the flipper tab that's like this long. What Medford is that? I can't think of which one it is, but it's ridiculous. Like it's not the one. I like the 187. What do you think about the Wii Coolix coming out? Another Wii. Let's check it out. The Wii Coolix. Coolix? Did I spell that right? Let me see how you said that. Oh, I spelled it wrong. I'm not getting it. I've seen it. Oh, here it is. Oh, I haven't seen this the first time. What? How did I miss this? How did I miss this? I like it. I do like it. What is it? 7 point. Ooh, it's small though. Not even a 3-inch blade. It's basically an Altus. It's one of these. It's a premium Altus. That's what it is. With a flipper. Sorry, a premium Altus with a flipper. Okay, so right now, let's do some arguments right now. Plunge grind is okay. I wish it was a little bit farther away. It's $216. I think that's something that they could definitely do. Bead blast should be a stone wash. And I had somebody earlier. And I took a little offense to it. Not too much. I'm gonna get to the donations. Give me 1 second, guys. I had somebody say that they've watched my videos and they can't make it past like halfway because all I do is nitpick. Okay. So, and I said, that doesn't make any sense. I said, first of all, my full reviews, I said, I don't even say any negatives until the end of the video. And I said, in my first impressions, I usually don't say any bad things because it's a first impressions. The last one I did, but that's because I'm not planning on doing a full review. So I said the goods and the bads in the one video. Now, nitpicking. I'm not nitpicking. I'm trying to give you the ability to understand what you're going to get if you buy it, right? The exact thing what I'm feeling in that moment, what I'm thinking, what I'm feeling. Now, like right now, with me criticizing the plunge grind, right? I'm criticizing the plunge grind. I said it's not bad. It's okay, right? The plunge grind is not hitting the edge, which is okay. But my preference is for it to be a little bit farther away. Right now, I'm looking at it, and if you drop your angle on that edge and you put a low angle on it, you're only going to get one good sharpening before you start running into the plunge grind. Does that mean it's going to hurt the knife? No, but it'll look like shit. And you can hit your stones with it. It can be a little bit more difficult to sharpen. Not that big of a deal, but you don't want to spend $216 on a knife, put a new edge on it, and it have a big smile on it. Next thing, the bead blasting. Bead blasted finishes are more affordable finishes. They're not as good a quality as, like, say, a stone wash or other finishes. The bead blasted finish is it's also a finish that is the most prone to rust and corrosion. This is M390, I think, or 2020 CV. So it's a very stainless steel. You don't really have to worry about the corrosion. However, some people do, and some people appreciate a more corrosion resistant finish rather than the cheapest finish they could put on it. It's a $216 knife, right? So I'm not trying to make you like bummed out, like, oh man, I loved it, until you started talking about it. Because I know sometimes maybe I can tear apart a knife for you, but in all reality, I mean, like, looking at it, it looks like a great quality knife. It's a button lock, multiple deployments, beautiful stone wash on the handles. They do an insanely good heat treat. I'm not saying it's not worth it. Of course it's worth it. Like $216 for that, that's very much worth it. Looks like a great knife. But I like to put in the other details that say what they could have done better, or what you're gonna realize later on, or after you get it, or when I got it in hand, I'm doing a first impressions. Gary, with the 5 bones, I blue Loctited my Van Axe Drift. I got the Van Axe out right now, but realize the action is too stiff after the Loctite dried. Is there anything I can do to fix the action? Yeah, but you're gonna have to back the screw out. So the action's too stiff. So your problem is your pivot's too tight. So take your pivot out. Just break the pivot loose. Take it all the way out. Clean it off. Put another dab or two of the Loctite on there. Put it back in there, and before you set it down and let it set up, test the action. make sure, because after you put it on, you have time to test it. You have time to make sure the action is exactly where you want. After you feel like this is exactly where I want it, then set it down for 24 hours, 48 hours, and let it set up. Or if you want, just give it a little tiny turn and see if it's fine, because you got a good chance that the Loctite is going to break, but it's because it's on the screw already and hard, it's not going to back out. Like you'll break the Loctite inside there, but since it's still chunky, it won't let it back out. So just barely give yourself a quarter turn, not even, like a little tiny turn, and see if that fixes it. Teddy with the 5 bones. You can only have 3 knives for the rest of your life. 1 EDC, 1 heavy user, and 1 that just brings a smile. No qualifiers, just answer and explanation. Go. He's asking you guys. So Teddy's asking, name 3 knives for the rest of your lives. 1 EDC, 1 heavy user, and 1 smile giver. Go. What do you guys got? I know he's not asking me. Mostly folders, and thank you for the donation, by the way. And mostly folders with a bit of everything. Thank you for the 5 bones. To call a collection well-rounded with categories of knives must be covered. To call a collection well-rounded, what categories of knives must be covered? Hard use, EDC, gent. So I like to put them in. So for me personally, I would say my like hard use cutter, which I call like my like a work knife, something like that I like to do mega cutting with over and over and over and over. So like a work knife, a hard use cutter, but also a hard use knife too, which would have an incredibly strong logging system, something that's tough, something that's made for some ass kicking shit. Then a gent knife, something, like a 5th pocket carry or something you drop at the bottom of your pocket. But then I also like to have one of those like showstopper knives, something that it's something to be proud of, but also something like that's kind of a gent knife, kind of like a modern gent knife. Because me, I like having, like, a lot of people, think of a slip joint as a gent knife. I think of knives like this as like a gent knife. Something that has great action, but it's not something I'm going to hard use, right? But something I could carry on like a really nice occasion and show off, and be proud of. Also, an outdoors knife, right? A camping knife, a good fixed blade, not only a chopper, but also like a camping knife. There's 2 separate things there. One's for hard use chopping and things, and another one's like for food prep and whittling and, camp shit, right? Traps and things like that. Um, you know, you could fit like a stainless knife in there, something for like the beach, something for fishing, something for, like that type of stuff. If you wanted to make one of those category knives, that also you could, or you could fit one in. You could think of your legacy knife, something that you want to pass down. I could think of 100 lists, guys. Your Sunday knife, your past to people knives. I like that one. That's one of my favorite categories. The knife, and I find flippers are the best for this. So that's from my perspective. And the reason why is because and it doesn't matter the locking system, but button locks are really good. Axis locks are really good. Even frame locks to an extent. But the point I'm trying to make is that a flipper, because I can hand somebody a flipper and they'll know how to use it, right? I can't hand somebody a Spyderco and they're just going to Spidey flick. They might slow roll it, which also I have found the whole deployments are pretty good with people, but a lot of people think they're ugly. So they're not the best to get somebody into knives. But I'm basically talking about a knife that somebody grabs and they think it looks cool, they can appreciate the build quality, the action, they're like, whoa, when they're like, that's not assisted, because they're so used to knives having to have an assist bar because they've only had gas station knives for the past 10 years. So they don't understand that good knives don't have assists. But you can make somebody appreciate the build quality of a knife by handing that knife to them. And I think flippers wind up being the best for that, with a good detent and good flipping action. And I can name a bunch of other lists. Andrew Lyons with the 10 bones bought all the aftermarket attachments that you recommended for the Workshop Precision, and the results were great. Appreciate all the content and recommendations. That's awesome, man. Good for you. Yeah, dude, that's a badass. Just so you know, I did make I'm not sure which video you've seen. I did a couple videos, so you're probably talking about the one with a lot of attachments. So, yeah, that incredible attachments, man. That system, you can really take it over the top, especially with all the Neve stones and things like that. And then you can even, because if you have that system and other systems too, you have the ability to try other stones. You can try natural stones, ceramics, regular diamond plates, aluminum oxide. You can try so many different kinds of stones. I do recommend diamonds for all mid-grade steels and above, though. But yeah, no, good for you. Maybe you might want to join the Bang Gang squad one of these days, where we do sharpening twice a month. Bang Gang lives. Tomorrow we have one going on at 12 o'clock Central. Just for anybody who might want to join, we do Bang Gang lives twice a month, every other week on Sunday at noon. Maurice with another 5. Bounce. I want to Dunkin' Donuts. I went to Dunkin' Donuts and bought a donut. You don't nitpick, Dr. J. You offered the honest criticism. I thought that too, but then I started thinking about it, and there's got to be some truth to what they're saying from their perspective, right? Like, I've watched some people, right? Like Lefty EDC, man. I used to watch Lefty, and I love Lefty, so I'm not talking shit. But I used to watch Lefty, and I used to cringe. Like, he would kill my soul, because I'd watch him just beat the shit out of a knife I loved. And some of his points, in my opinion, weren't valid. Not saying they weren't to him, but to me, they weren't. So I can understand where somebody's like, they're thinking I'm nitpicking, and to them, they might not be that judgmental. But I'm trying to give somebody the best perspective of that knife if they're going to spend the money for it, right? If you spend $160, I want you to get the knife and be like, it was exactly how he explained. But that also, because this is the problem with a knife reviewer, and I'm the same way when I watch knife reviews, the exact same way. You will hear 20 good things and one bad thing, and that bad thing will stand out above everything, right? The 20 great things have you just like floating, and then as soon as you get to that negative thing, it just depletes it like a balloon. And that's it sucks, man, because it's like you were so ready to buy it, and then that one little thing, not realizing that one little thing wouldn't even affect you. And that's why sometimes you'll hear me kind of back up. Like, I'll be like, well, the front flipper, I wish it didn't have this jimping. I wish the jimping was this way, but I'll say, but it works great. So I'm not saying it doesn't work good. The flipper tab works great, but I rather have this kind of jimping. And that's me kind of backtracking a little bit, because I don't want you to think that the flipper tab doesn't work great. Of course it works good. It's just this type of jimping is better for front flippers. But I also know that little statement can make it ruin it for people. And people will be like, well, fuck, I was going to buy it until he said the front flipping's jimping was shit. Like, damn it. Like, I'm not spending $200 on a knife with fucked up jimping. That's how my mind works, Mason, 124K. Love you, Jared, in the community. Thank you, man. I love you too. And yeah, 124,000. It's crazy. It's so crazy, man. We're here. Fuck. See the plaque? Wait till you see what's going to be up there soon. We got something coming. There's something that's going to be up on that wall here real soon. You guys are going to be shocked. You guys will never guess. So don't even try to guess. You guys can never guess what's going to be up on that wall soon. And if you do, I'm going to fucking delete your comment. Should someone who had never even stropped a knife, where would you start with sharpening? Practice on something like an Ontario Red 2. I always recommend starting with a Civivi. And the reason why I always recommend a Civivi is because they have good grinds and good heat treats. Don't start with something with a bad heat treat. Don't start with something, my neck. Don't start with something that's thick behind the edge. So you don't want something thick behind the edge, and you don't want something that has a poor heat treat. You want something nice and thin behind the edge, good heat treat and good grinds. The reason why you want it nice and thin is because it'll go faster. The reason why you want a good heat treat is because you don't want the perspective of like a gas station knife, which you might not ever get sharp and you'll think you're doing a horrible job. A good heat treat will give you the impression of how it should feel. So I think Civivis are the best to go with, whichever one you want. They're all relatively thin behind the edge. They're all really good. Hollow grinds will be the thinnest. And use diamond plates. I recommend diamond plates because it'll sharpen the fastest. And I think diamond plates are the best way to go when you first start off. Ultra sharp diamond plates, you can get 3 of them for around $50. I link them in a lot of my videos. I linked it in that video I did earlier. But yeah, that's what I would recommend. I may have beat up a knife today. Ooh, knife sergeant's beating the damn knives up. What kind of knife? What's up, Don? Outside, mama, let's make some babies. Yes, thank you, teen. Yes, definitely like the video. I do appreciate all the likes, guys. It helps me in the algorithm and helps other people be able to see my content. And thank you to everybody who does comment in all the videos. I do have a favor to ask you guys, though, here in a second. Steve Yoder with the 4 bones. Shout out to the Bang Gang squad. Thank you for the 4 bones. Don't forget the live tomorrow for the Bang Gang squad. Shout out to my cousin Breeze. So I would appreciate, if you guys can't, you can't. If you don't have time, no big deal. But if you watched one of my videos or one of the shorts, especially because the shorts are where I get the most of these comments, if you scroll down and you see some comments that maybe I might not see or might not be able to get to, help the people out, help them, answer whatever question they have that maybe could help them. Now, sometimes they might be asking for a link, and that's fine. I'll get them a link. You don't have to. But one thing that would really help me out the most is when you see these people being ridiculous and don't know what they're talking about, educate them. Don't be a dick. Don't be rude. Don't be anything. Just educate them. I think the best thing we can do, and I know sometimes you're like, it's just some dumbass on his couch. You're not educating him on nothing because he's not going to listen and he doesn't care. He just wrote down an asshole comment. That's fine because somebody else will read it. And I try to get to as many as I can, but I can't keep up. There's no way I can keep up. There's just way too many. So if you guys do ever have time and you're in the comments, help some people out. Blades and Fade says, if they want to hear only positives, there are plenty of shills they can go watch. They don't deserve to watch reviews like ours that we actually put through and put thought and consideration and testing into. Yeah, you're right. That's true. That's definitely true. And, I'm probably just taking it to heart a little too much. I tend to do that, especially I try not to with a lot of the comments, but if you'd have read it, he didn't write it like a dickhead way. He wrote it in a very honest way. Like, I love your content, man, but you're too nitpicky and you're making me, turn the video off halfway through. And it pierced me, I was like, I was like, I got shot. Kara's like, what happened? What? Yes, you did. Steve, did I already hit this one? Steve, thank you again for the donation, man. Cameron Best with the 5 bones. Thank you, brother. I can't seem to find a full size the 3000 grit ruby stone like yours anywhere. Do you think the Shapton glass 4000 would be a good substitute? It's going to be different. So the Shapton glass is going to be ceramic. So no, it's not going to be the same. So the ruby is actually made with rubies. The ruby, the big ones, you can get the long ones like this big for like a system. What is it, like a 1x6? You can get those pretty easily. They're pretty much everywhere. Now the big bench stones though, those ones come and go, but you should be able to find it. Just look them up on Amazon, man. You'll see them pop up. It just might take a while, but yeah, the Shapton glass, people love them. I've never used them, but some people love them. I would say, like, be careful because the stone you're looking for might not be the stone you need, if that makes sense. If you know you need a 3000 grit stone because you have all the progressions up to 2000 grit, then okay, get it. But sometimes this finish is different than the finish that you're coming off of. You know what I mean? Not saying that it won't work, because in many cases it will. But sometimes, it can be weird, but usually it's good. As long as the grit is higher, usually it's just fine. But sometimes the grits aren't the same. Like, say if I go a Veneve 800 versus a diamond plate or an Atoma 800 or something like that, they're completely different. An 800 Veneve is like 3,500, 4,000 grit or something, while an 800 Atoma is 800 grit. So, and I'm not saying that Shapton is like that at all, or the rubies. I would say the rubies are, they're not quite 3,000 to me. They might be 3,000. Maybe it depends on which one you get. I'd say they're more close to like 2,200, 2,300. They're almost perfectly mirror. They're cloudy though. They have a little cloudiness to them, but it's been a while since I used it. And I bet you if you come off of a super high grit, you'd probably be able to use it as a mirror finish. But yeah, the Shapton glass, I haven't used them, but a lot of people love them. So I don't doubt that they don't work. I just don't know how well they would work coming off of what you're trying to come off of. Now, you could use an ultra fine. Why not just get a Spyderco ultra fine? That would work just the same, I would think. Everyday EDC. Thank you for the 10 bones. Man, I miss like a month of content and come back. You're at 100K and then some. Who's a jigga what? Thank you, brother. I do appreciate it, man. Yeah, man, it's been crazy. It's been nuts. And I'm very much appreciative. It's mind-blowing, and I'm definitely loving it, and I can't wait for Blade Show, man. I'm gonna be hanging out with everybody, having a blast. It's gonna be so much fun. I'm gonna be so prepared for it, over-prepared. I can't wait. I'm so excited. Thank you for the donation. Steve with another 5 bones. Steve ain't playing with the bones tonight. Thank you, man. Holy shit. Did I see Knife Modders in here? Thought I see Knife Modders for a second. Maybe I scroll back. What the hell is this? Schubert with another 300 crackers. Your buyer remorse knives. Ooh. Thank you, man. I appreciate it. I'm actually giving one away right now to a good cause. And I kind of feel bad because I don't like it, but I know it's worth a lot of money and I don't want it to just go to waste. And the person that gets it could sell it, or maybe they'll appreciate it more than me. But that the MK Maximo by Bob Terzola, I'm giving that to this veterans donation, and also a free sharpening. Right now I'm flipping this. Man, these D10 nubs are so badass. The Sharp by Designs Tempest, so good. The best D10s ever, these D10 nubs, in my opinion. But yeah, that's probably I don't want to say that's like the worst buy I've ever had, but it was one definitely I spent quite a bit on and I wasn't happy with. So, not that I hate the knife or that it's a bad knife, just those things that I think could have been done better. And that's also why I gave it away, because it's not a bad knife. It's a damn good knife. It's just the lock bar should have texture on it. And the D10 should have been a little bit stronger on my version. Somebody else said theirs was too strong. We got a new Bang Gang squad member. Shout out to Josh. I'll see you tomorrow at noon, brother. And Canuck with the 10 bones. Good evening to you. Look at that kitty. And Maurice with another 5 bones. Maurice ain't playing tonight either. The penguin took my socks. I just got him back. Well, I'm glad you caught the damn penguin. I did hear that, penguins, they damn near mate for life. So, I'm glad you found your mate, Maurice. Spyderco 600 grit ceramic seems much finer than a 600 grit diamond. Oh, yeah, it is. It is. No, it's way. You can't compare. And that's what I mean about comparing. You can't compare it. You can't compare a ceramic to diamond. Diamond is going to be more aggressive than most of them. Like, even if you take an aluminum oxide 600, it's not going to be as aggressive as a 600 diamond. Diamonds are going to be more aggressive. But that's why you tend to appreciate them when you really get into sharpening, because it has the ability to give you the high levels of bite, right? A lot of stones, even though they might do, a decent job and give you a good finish, they might not give you the high level of bite that you might want. Some do. I'm not saying all, or anything like that. But yeah, no, they're not as aggressive as a 600. So that's why I say don't use it like a 600. I say start a Spyderco ceramic off after like for the medium, which, the medium, I'd start it off at like 800, then use the medium. And like the ultra fine, I wouldn't even use till after 1200 grit at least. So if you're going to use the medium and the ultra fine, go up to 800 to 1000, use the medium, then the ultra fine. If you only have one or the other, you already heard what I said. But yeah, that's the only way to use ceramics. In my opinion, you should never even use a ceramic until you're over 800 to 1000 grit, because diamond edges have the ability to start polishing pretty good after like 1000 grit. I'm not saying you can't polish one off a 600. I'm just saying if you want really good results after 800 to 1000 grit, that's when you can really, like, if you want to do a stropping progression or something like that, that's a good way to do it. 800 to 1200 grit, then you can start doing a stropping progression and get a good mirror. If you want to come off the stone and use a ceramic, it works really good. Cole Parrish with the 10 bones. I got a bench it made Norfolk folder, my daily. Wondering if it would be worth sending for a sharpening, or is there a better knife to go for similar price range? So are you asking if you should send it into the Benchmade company for sharpening? I'm not understanding, because you said I've got a Benchmade North Fork folder. It's your daily. Wondering if it would be worth sending for a sharpening, or is there a better knife to go for similar price range? Are you asking me, would it be good to send it in for sharpening, or should you just get a new knife for the same price as sharpening? Is that what you're asking me? I guess I'm not understanding. Let me just answer both. Yes, it's always worth sharpening your knife. Always, no matter what. If you want a free sharpening, send it into Benchmade. They do lifetime free sharpening. If you're wanting to send it into me, my books are closed at the moment for a few weeks, but I could definitely recommend Blades and Fades. He does an incredible job. He's in the chat right now. He does an amazing job. I 100% recommend him. He does incredible work, and he's very trustworthy. But if you really want me to do it, you can wait a few weeks and I can do it. Now, if you want to just buy a knife for the money it would cost you to send that in and get it sharpened, then I would recommend for right around the same price. It'd probably be a little bit more money than what it would cost you for that, but you can get a good Civivi, for like $15 more. Tri-State EDC's in the house. Shout out to Tri-State EDC and Bees Blades. I see they're both in here. Definitely go and check out both of their channels. Yoda says, hey, glad I was able to catch you live. I've been missing a lot of streams lately. Yeah, you have, Ben. Ian, what's up, man? Neeves, you ever play with a VECP? Oh man, I know that knife. So like I'm mad that I can't just think of it right now. Give me 1 second. The VECP knife. VECP knife. Sometimes, man, my brain farts. Oh yes, I have. The Les George. Yeah, I have. They're they're great. A little rough around the edges for the price, but they're also, they're a Les George design. They're hard use. They're tough knives, solid knives, American made, but they're compared to some stuff that you could get for that price, they're a little rough around the edges. They're amazing knives. Don't get me twisted, but you know what I'm saying. All right, that's the one I answered. To link for you Apple derps. Bees Blades. Shout out to Bees Blades. Get your asses over there and go and follow his content. Awesome content. Teddy says it's wild when you can get your hands on a knife everyone else loves and it just doesn't do it for you. My first was the Sharp by Designs Micro Evo Typhoon. Nice enough, but underwhelming compared to the hype. I've had that happen. I never tried that one though. So good for you on trying that one. Now wait, did I try that one? Oh no, maybe I did try that one. I didn't try the one with the hole. That's the one I really want to try. But yes, I know what you mean. Now, if you just try it, right? Like say if you just pick it up. You just pick it up off a table or somebody hands it to you and you flick it open and you get to experience it for 2 minutes. I don't think that's the best way. Like you almost have to enjoy it for a couple days to really appreciate it because you have to go use the detent over and over to understand how consistent it is and how the detent is so perfect, right? And I can't speak for that example. I'm talking about on all knives that have a crazy amount of hype. Some knives are just overhyped, but there are some that definitely deserve the hype. Right? There's a couple handfuls of knives out there that are like they're just fucking amazing. And yeah. But yeah, that can happen. If your expectations are up here and you get it down here, it can be a little underwhelming. I think it's just best to not have the expectations too high and just see how it goes. But yeah, I've definitely done that. But then I've also had it where, say, one was underwhelming. I've definitely had that. I actually had that with one of my first Sharp by Designs. It was super underwhelming. The detent was super light, and I was like, man, this doesn't make any sense. I think it was the second one I ever tried. But then I tried another one, and it was perfect. The detent was just like insanely perfect. So well tuned, you could not misfire it. And it was just such a crisp break. And when you unlock it, it's past the detent, past the nub, because the nub isn't a regular detent. It's like, it's a nub, you know? Man, I am backed up on comments. Siva, growing up with lockbacks, knives have changed a lot. That's so true. Still not sure if modern knives are good for skinning animals just because they are harder to clean and will clog up the pivots. Well, I would say true. However, you got to understand though, like say ceramic bearings, you can rinse them out, you can wash them out. So especially if they have certain steels. Now knives like the quiet carries, they're washers, so you don't have to worry about them getting clogged up. And it's Vanax. This thing's like corrosion proof, so you don't have to worry about it getting corrosive or anything like that. Now, yes, I agree, some knives definitely, but you want the right tool for the job. So if you want one of those newer knives, newer designs, newer actions, newer everything, get the right one. Use the right tool for the job. Don't use just any knife for skinning. You know what I mean? Or just get a fixed blade for it, because I'm not saying don't use a folder for skinning animals. I'm not saying that at all. But if you're really worried about it, keep your folder in your pocket and use a little fixed blade for the skinning part. And if you need to use your folder here and there, that's fine. But for like the real nasty shit, use the fixed blade. And if you really want to use a folder for the nasty shit, fuck it. Right? Take it apart, rinse it out later. Get her done. Have it, enjoy it. You only live once, right? Fuck it. Metallica for life. With the phone ended 9. Your books are closed. Dang, good thing I heard that. I was about to mail my stuff out, but you busy like that, no reason to send them to sit around. Yeah, give me a few weeks. If you need something like really quick, just sent back so you have a knife, let me know. And Metallica, you got my number. Just hit me up. If you need me to send you a good sharp knife, I'll just send you one. And then as soon as I'm done, you can mail this shit in. What's up, brother? You keep this rate up, you're gonna be getting that gold play button in no time. Couldn't be happier. Or couldn't happen to a better person. Keep up the excellent content, and congrats, man. Thank you, man. That would be insane. But yeah, I couldn't imagine. I can't even believe I'm this close to 200,000 already. I'm still like 80 away, but damn it. To me, like you got to think it wasn't just 2 months ago, man. I was like at like 30K, 40K or something. It's crazy. I'm loving it though. Loving it, loving it, loving it. Cole, love the channel. If you had to use one knife for a year, what would you pick? He's asking you guys, not me. What would you guys pick? Because that's too hard of a question for Neevesknives to answer. I can't fucking answer that. One knife? Fuck. I'll say this. When people ask me if you had to choose only one type shit, I think a Spyderco is really good. A Spyderco has a blade shape that to me I think is a great all-around blade shape where it's good for poking, it's good for utility cuts, it's good for slicing. I think it's one of those blade shapes where it's just an all-arounder, right? The heat treat's good, they sharpen really good. They're still fun to fidget with. I really like the Manix. The PM2s are really good. I could get by with one of those, and I can always upgrade it. Like there's so many parts to these. You can get aftermarket parts forever. Like there's so many different handles you can get, so much different hardware and clips and backspacers and standoffs and just everything. So probably a Spyderco, just because like I said, heat treat, all the options. And like I said, I think they're just like the Spyderco Manix to me is like one of the most versatile, best hard use, just user knives. These blades with the 5 bones. Apple users go to Safari or Chrome. Clip open his webpage. Go to YouTube. Go to Neeves. You will then see the join button. Don't go through the app. Thank you, Bees. I appreciate it, man. That's awesome. Go to Safari or Chrome to click my page, the Neevesknives. Yeah, the join button should be next to the subscribe button. If it's not, then use Safari or Chrome. Bees Blades, and I didn't even know that. Thank you so much. I do appreciate that. What time is it? 8:55. We didn't even go through any of this stuff. Okay, guys, Caviso. I know I've explained it in some of these videos, but I need to keep explaining it. So Caviso is now, or drop is now Caviso. Drop does not exist anymore. Once the drop knives are gone, once they're gone, the knives will continue to be made, but not with the drop logo. Caviso, since they're taking over, they're not going to have any logos. They want it super clean. So all the new versions are going to have, they're just going to be clean. Now, they will have new models. So they are going to be coming out with new models and stuff like that. However, I think like some of these older models, I love them. I think these are great. These are like some of the better knives you could get for the money. So if you're looking for super good quality knives, great bang for your bucks, fucking fire. And they're done by we. So they're done to the highest, standards of quality and heat treat and everything. $160 for this. This is great. Titanium S35VN. Now they have a lot of other knives too, but I'm just saying. So they have really good quality knives already on there. And they have more knives coming. What else? I'm starting to find myself being an edge snob. People say a steel snob, a knife snob, a this snob, a that snob. I'm starting to realize I'm an edge snob. And I'm at least admitting it, right? I'm admitting it. So, first step. But I'm starting to realize that I will have a perfectly acceptable knife with a brand new factory edge that's never been used, and I almost won't carry it. Like I'll carry it around the house a little bit, but I'll also have maybe another knife on me with a nice fucking fresh one on there. But it's just it's difficult, man. Like when you have like a screamer over here, when you have one of them screamer edges that are just like scary sharp, then you feel a factory edge with a high angle. You're like, you know, eh, will it cut? Yeah, it'll cut. But it's not gonna separate the atoms in the air, And I also think about like if I hand it to somebody, how are they gonna appreciate the edge? I can't tell them I'm a knife sharpener and then hand them a factory edge. And then I think about sometimes like some things I'm cutting, and then another thing I think about, which this is just my crazy mind, right? My crazy mind. When I think of like a defensive situation, a self-defense situation, I think about I can't get into a self-defense situation with that. I'll fucking wind up dying or something. Maurice, you son of a bitch. Maurice with the 50 bones. Grizzly Adams did have a beard. Fun fact. Thank you, Maurice. Maurice, man. I love you, man. You're awesome. Thank you so much. Always dropping them bones on me. And them fun facts. Thank you, man. Holy shit. 50 bones. What was I talking about? Oh, yeah. Self-defense. And remember, self-defense is not, and I always got to say this because I literally get 50 or so comments a day. 50 or so comments a day about somebody telling me how I'm wrong about something or a knife bad for this or whatever. And it's like, man, like when I say the word self-defense from me, I'm talking about any type of threat, anything. Like, let's say you're walking your kid. I don't have any kids, but if I did, I'm walking my kid and a rabid coyote comes out and starts attacking my kid. Doesn't matter if I have a gun. I'm not going to shoot it because I don't want it to go through and, hit my kid. If I had a good angle, maybe, right? Or a Doberman or something, right? Or, like I always give the example, if you roll over in a car and the seatbelt won't come off, and the car's on fire, you need to cut it off. Or maybe it's wrapped around your neck or something. I don't know. Things like that. Or somebody else, you need to save somebody else, a loved one or yourself. You're not going to shoot it off, fuckers. So I think about that type of stuff too. And, obviously the other things too, but I think about how beneficial a razor blade, not a razor blade, but a razor sharp edge is. And just how much more efficient it is, like night and day difference, So, yeah. But I'm starting to become a damn edge snob. I might have to do some detoxing. Talica with another 5 bones. Adam Sandler took a few balls to the chin too. And that gator took his coach's hand. That is true. That is true. What's that guy's name? The Price is Wrong, bitch. The Price is Right. What's that guy's name? Baby! Yeah, you do. Okay, in jail. Where does all the stuff come from? No, who makes it? Bob Barker. Bob Barker. I was gonna talk about this. Bob Barker in jail. Everything in jail is from Bob Barker. The shoes, the everything from commissary, like everything, it's all from Bob Barker. Isn't that crazy? Isn't that weird? I don't know if it's like that across the whole country, but at least in Illinois, or is it the whole country though? Is it the whole country? No, probably not. At least a lot of jails. It's from Bob Barker. Good old Bobby. Yeah, Bob Barker hooks you up in jail. I'm not sure. Is it all commissary stuff or was it just stuff from but it's just the stuff the jail provides, not the stuff you can buy. That's what I'm saying. It's all the soap, toothpaste, things like that, but it's not the stuff you can buy. It's the stuff they provide. Yoda says, you got a Bob Barker 2-inch toothbrush laying around here in Oregon. There he is. Yeah. I don't have one laying around, but I've definitely had them. Same in every jail. I've been in Texas. See, I didn't know. I wasn't positive if it's every jail, like everyone, or is it just certain ones, or... Yeah, dude just said in Texas it was the same way. Minnesota, yes. Not that I know. Okay. Can someone post with links to join Neevesknives? This Savari still can't join. Try using a different device, Upchurch. Try using a different device, like a laptop or something, or an iPad, or maybe not an iPad, some other device. And you just go to my homepage, and you should see the join button right there. But yeah, I see you said you tried Safari, try Chrome, and other search engines. You can't put a link. That's the problem. You can put a link to my channel, but it's just going to send you just like you're going. But can somebody put a link to the Neevesknives channel in the chat, please? Can I get a moderator? Please. Can I please get a moderator? Yes, we have story time. We have one little fucking problem, though. I didn't write one down. I don't think. Oh, I read. Did I write one down? Hold on. No, I didn't write one down. Let's do some scream offs. You guys name some stuff, and I'll think of one. Remember, I rushed in here. I was late as shit, so I only had stuff written down from like the past couple days, and I didn't get a topic written down. No, you can't, Breeze. Breeze, come on, man. Hook it up. Hook it up, Breeze. Don't do me like that. It's just a little old link. Oh, there is something I want to talk to you guys about really quick. It'll only take 2 seconds. The other day in the chat, you guys were saying that people were being kicked out and blocked and everything. I'm not positive, but we might have had a little bit of a hack. Breeze or how can they see who the moderators are? Can you check that, baby? Okay, never mind. I'm gonna have Kara check and make sure that all the moderators are our normal moderators, because we used to have another moderator and he might still be a moderator. And yeah, get rid of that name. But let me know who it is first, because I might. But I think we might have had an old moderator that is not part of the schmitty anymore come in and start fucking with us. I think that might have been what happened. Hey man, can I get a free knife, please? Nope. If I gave a free knife to everybody who's asked for a free knife, I would have given away probably 30 knives by now, and I have. I think you're the first person I've said no to. Send me your address. Joliet. What about Joliet? What's up, Deacon? Is the mini roach even out yet? I didn't think it was out yet. Talica was another 5 bones. That last night BGM. Wait, that last night BGM and Nitro V. Oh, the last knife I sharpened from BGM, Nitro V sharpened, has been my side butch since the Magna Cut stuff. I mean, and it's a wicked shop still. That's awesome. Yeah, Erica, she says BGM, and I thought, it felt really good. But other people have even said that his Nitro V is just amazing, which I have to, say though, Nitro V, like 14C, is a steel that has super good potential. So Nitro V, that's why I always relate it to 14C. They have a lot of similar qualities. They're really stainless. They take a great edge. They're easy to strap back. They're easy to sharpen, easy to heat treat. They take really good edges of any grit. So yeah, I could see that. And I know that one, the one I sharpened for you, felt really good. And I think I think he's doing a good job with it. Among all his steals, aside from the Magna Cut, but he's boosted that up. So, give him some credit. Give him some credit. How much to buy one? Buy what? How much to buy what? No free knives for 13-year-olds. Oh, yeah. I need an ID, please. Where do I send you the address? Email or Instagram, but I need to know you're over 18. Andrew Lyons. Oh, Lord, here we go with everyone asking for free knives. Send them all the book. Oh, yeah, they're not going to like the knife I send them. No, I'm just joking. I've never sent anybody a bad knife yet, but I have sent out a lot of knives from people just asking for knives, for sure. I don't like to do it a lot, because otherwise, you get 50 people asking for knives. So I usually do it to random people asking me, not people asking in a chat. I mean, I've done it a few times in the chat, but they just need to be a little bit more humble about it. Like $150 for a BGM knife. Oh yeah, for a BGM. Yeah, I think between like 200 to 350 or something like that, or like 150 to 350. Yeah, Instagram is the best. Ken. Link just shows I'm subscribed. No way to join. Maybe it was a link in description that got me to Beehive. So when you if somebody please link my homepage in the chat, please, so Michael can jump in there. I can't. Let me see if I can do it. Since Breeze is slacking on me. Maybe he's trying to get it, though. He might be fucking around trying to get it. So give Breeze a second. If Breeze doesn't do it, I'll try to get it. Let me see if I can do it really quick. Okay. Or they can go through Patreon. Well, see, the Patreon and my join button is different. But I don't know if you can go through that. Neves, make me a mod. I don't know how. Man. Kara's the mod person, man. She has to, I have to wait. Oh, there's the link right there. So hit the link and see if it's there. If it's not there, then you have to try a different device or a different search engine. That's the only thing I can say. You know, I don't know how to do it. I think it's bullshit though. They're suppressing my channel. That's what they're doing to me. Fucking suppressing my channel. You guys and your damn iPhones. Patreon is totally different. Yeah, Patreon is totally different. So Patreon won't get you to the live tomorrow. It'll get you to monthly giveaways and a little behind the scenes content and things like that, which I do need to do more of, but that gets you to monthly giveaways. Oldest Wii knife, the Vapor, I think. The Wii Vapor. Yeah, that's an oldie. Oldie but a goodie. I got it right here. Oh, fuck it. Let me just grab the whole drawer. It's got ceramic coating, like a Cerakote. Really durable coating, nice and smooth. These are done extremely well. They were $250 new when they first came out. They came in multiple different versions, hardened titanium hardware, polished carbon fiber. This one was S35VN. Now, the hole was really not made to be used. It was too strong of a detent. Mine is perfect now. I can easily reverse or thumb flick it. But at first, you could not do it. But the detent is super solid. Great detent. Like, you can see how strong it is. Watch when I hit the detent ball. Watch this. Oh, I used to do it. Ping. But the detent is a lot lighter now. It's not false shutty or anything. It is on bearings, but the blade is super thin. Like, it's very, very thin. And it's a deep hollow grind. So it is a very thin knife. Cool sound. Story time. You guys got to give me some thoughts. Give me a couple ideas so I can think of something to talk about. I can come up with a story if you guys give me some ideas. I got plenty of them. I just need a good topic. Give me a good topic. Give me a good topic and I'll come up with a story. So it's you guys everybody's got to come up with a topic right now. Doesn't matter what the topic is. You guys can get as stupid as you want, but come up with a topic and I'll tell a story. Not at all. The crux is nothing like the Mordax. It's like, it's small. Not small. So the Mordax. Oh, wait. The Mordax. Wait, the Mordax. What am I thinking? I don't know why. Wait, I was thinking of the you're talking about the ProTech Ferrum Forge. Man, why am I messed up right now? Let me look at the Mordax. Just make sure I'm thinking of the right knife. Yeah, the button lock. Yeah. See, it's not the same. It's a little bit smaller. So this would be like the Mordax right here. And you can see the size difference. So it'd be like a small version of it, even though it's a full-size knife. This is a full-size knife, great knife, but the Mordek's going to be bigger, broader, and yeah, just big, a little bit bigger and broader. Otherwise, yeah, I mean, I guess you could say it's similar. It's not a button lock. All right. How did you and Kara meet? Pink Knives, worst time you got caught with a knife. Make sure. Wait. Talix says make sure it's requesting the web page. Kid's story, first time caught and first time getting away. Okay. I like that one. Tri-State loves the Mordex. I love the Mordex too, but I don't have one. Two girls, one cup. Great story. Great story. I like it. Show us your USA Kershaws. That's not a story. That's not a story. Thank you, Logical. I appreciate it, man. I want to hear the story of how you fell in love with Tri-State Stash. See, that's between me and Cole, so I really can't talk about that one. Maybe on a drunk night, maybe I'll tell that story, but that's between me and Cole. I could definitely do some dog training stories. Car crash, I got a few of those. Okay. I'll do dirt racing. I got a lot of those too. I got a lot of dirt racing stories. I told you the story time. Backtrack 1999. All right. I like that one. All right. So we got a couple dirt track stories, so we'll tell that. All right. Telica with another 5 pounds for Apple phones, web browsers. Go to YouTube. To left corner, there's an AA. Click it and you can request desktop version. Bang, bang. That is how you get to the join button. So just follow these directions right here that Talica laid out for you. Thank you so much, Talica. You guys are awesome, man. Thank you so much. Okay, so we're going to tell a story about back in the day, about a backtrack story. Somebody wanted a dirt story, somebody wanted a racing story, so we're going to do all of the above. And we're going to hit this super chat really quick from Cole. Between you and me. Wrong Cole. All right, so a long time ago, we had at a family's house, we had a little track in the backfield. Technically, the property wasn't ours, technically, but it was in the backyard, kinda. And then there was like a woods, and I used to hunt in there, and we used to run around, do crazy shit in there, paintballing and things like that. And we had like a little dirt bike track, a little four-wheeling track. Well, then we decided to go stupid, right? Stupid. And make basically a 3-lane a 3-lane demolition derby racetrack back there. I mean, you're talking about the difference between a little 1-lane 4-wheeler, racetrack, and it made like a toilet bowl seat, so it went around in a circle, and then there was a part where you could go in and back around, just like a toilet seat. But when you make it 3 lanes wide, 3 car lanes wide, all the way around, and we had the machinery because my family all's into construction and everything, so we had the bobcats and things like that. So we had 6-foot high berms, crazy. And then so we started bringing cars back there, and we had people like renting cars, and there was other people like literally buying $150 cars just off the street. Especially back then, you could buy a cheap piece of shit car for $100, $150, and damn near every car that went back there never made it out. So we'd bring them back there and we'd race them, but we'd beat the fucking shit out of them. And afterwards, we'd shoot them and beat them up with baseball bats and crush them with a bobcat and then bury them. So eventually, over time, the berm around the edge got taller and taller because we're burying cars underneath the track. So eventually the all the way around this racetrack is fucking cars. Buried though, you can't see them. I mean, you see a bumper here and there, but you really didn't see it. I remember one time I had this, I was in a van and I was young. I didn't have my license yet. And I'm in a van and I'm going around this corner and somebody in a little car, comes up next to me. Remember, we're racing and shit, but we hit each other and stuff. And they push me off the berm. So I'm going around the track and I'm like up on the berm like this. So like my car's like on, like this, and he's like this, and he pushes me over the berm and the van just lays into some trees. So we were actually able to pull it off of the berm back onto the track without rolling it. But if the trees weren't there, it would have just rolled completely over. But yeah, Breeze and them, they had this car, they completely chopped the top of it off. Completely chopped the top of it off. So all it was picture the hood, doors in back, but no roof, no windshield, no nothing, just completely cut off. Oh man. And but these cars though, they'd get fucked up bad. And eventually the state, because remember, it's not our property, we don't own this property. They were doing I don't know if it was Julie or who was doing it, but the state was like doing something on another property nearby, and they seen a monster truck. A monster truck and a four-wheeler or something like that, because we had a buddy that had this monster truck. They were back there ripping around and they called the cops. And the cops wound up coming, and um a family member, right? No names, um, acted like he didn't know what the fuck they were talking about, and I think he told them, "Oh yeah, my kid rides back down a four-wheeler or something," but never said nothing about cars or anything. Well, they wound up taking a walk back there and looking around, and they seen bumpers hanging out everywhere. So they forced us to remove all the cars or like get these fines. Like they were gonna fine my family like a lot of money, because I mean this ain't our property, right? I think it was 15 cars that were buried back there. I forget the exact number, but it was something like 15 cars were buried back there. So then like, throughout the week we had to dig them up with bobcats and 580s and shit. And then in my uncle's yard, all these fucking cars were stacked on top of each other, as he had to take them to the junkyard and shit. Just from around the hood, just people, whoever wants to, you want to sell your car. I remember one guy rented a car, brought it out there, and but when he brought it back, luckily he had full insurance. This thing looked like it was in a demolition derby. I'm talking about was jackass shit. There was scratches all down the sides, because just to get back there, you were scratching your car, because you had to get through like a tight section of like trees and like sticks and shit, hanging off, into the trail trying to drive back there. So by the time you got to the track, your car was already scratched. So this brand new, I forget what it was. I think it was like a Chevy Cavalier or something, but it was brand new at the time. Something like that. Anyways, the shocks were shot. I mean, when he pulled out of the backtrack, it sounded like it was all fucked up. Just demolished. That was one car that made it out. There were only a handful of cars that ever went back there that I personally seen that wound up leaving while it was that. Like other times, yes, but like while that track was going on, only so many. Like, and they were trucks and shit like that. But a lot of them, man, they never made it out. If they went back there, they would blow up or they'd get crushed or something. I used to go back there and shoot guns at him. Like one would be like broke down, ready to get buried, and I'd be beating it with sledgehammers and baseball bats, and then somebody would come with a 580 or a bobcat and crush it, and but yeah, it was a lot of fun. A lot of fun. Um so yeah, that was a good time. Maurice with another 5 bones. Thank you, man. I busted a woman for stone valor on a live stream this morning. She said she served in Desert Storm and went into basic in 95. That makes no sense because Desert Storm was a 90 to 91. Desert Storm. Oh, you just wrote it. Desert Storm ended in 91. Yeah. Yeah, it's crazy. 3-lane dirt track. Yeah, it was a lot of fun. Breeze remembers it all. Fuck, he was driving at the time. I wasn't even legally driving at the time. I only got a couple. Kershaws. You can definitely find them on the channel. I got to go through all my shit to pull them out. That's the only problem. But you'll be seeing some Kershaws here real soon, Big Daddy. Real soon. Near-death experience or lucky moments. Fuck, man. I got a lot of those. I've talked about getting shot in the eye. Another car crash one. So I had gotten out of jail and was gonna try to get off of dope, and I got a bunch of pills together. I can't remember if I went to a doctor and got a bunch of pills or if I got them off the street, but either way, I had gotten a whole bunch of pills to basically wean off, and I was all fucked up. I mean, taking like handfuls of pills, just trying to sleep, and it only works so much, right? It only works so much, and your brain and the dysfunction takes over. So I chose to, or not, I guess you could say I chose to leave because I got up and like I was all fucked up, and I chose to take a car that I had just gotten and go to. I was a couple hours away because I had like separated myself too, tried to get out of the area and everything. While I'm all fucked up on these pills, I decided to go back and score some dope at like 100 miles an hour while it's wet, pouring rain, bald tires, and I'm flying, fucking flying like an idiot. I'm a complete idiot. Trust me, I regret every bit of it. But flying, going like 100 miles an hour, carrying the passenger seat, and a semi truck. And remember, I'm like messed up, like I'm somewhat delusional at this point. And a trucker locked his brakes up in front of me, and I hit mine, and it forced me. You know how like if you're ever in a situation where you're gonna rear end the person, you look for the way out. You know how they always teach in like drivers that always have a way out, which is usually off the road. Well, I had to slide across 3-lane highway, and it's raining. I'm going very, very fast. The truckers in front of me all lock up their brakes. So I locked mine up and slid sideways off of the road and rolled the car about 9 times. Bow, 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 bow. Wound up upside down, completely upside down. I caught Kara, like as we were flipping, like I grabbed Kara and we're fucking rolling. And yeah, the windows all got busted out, obviously we're in a rolling car. And yeah, that was pretty fucked up. I wouldn't say I almost died because I wasn't injured. I mean, aside from, bumps and shit like that. But I wasn't like, dead or anything like that, but it was a close call. It was a really close call. And then I had to go to jail because I was wanted in a county, and I was a fugitive. So I was already running from the cops, so I was a fugitive. So the cops came, and I had to fake who I was, so I acted like I was somebody else, and it worked for a minute. But remember, I'm like a little messed up at the same time. If I wasn't fucked up, I would have had my dates and everything perfect. But since I'm a little messed up, I got the dates a little not off. They were fine, and they believed me at first. But they needed to really check me because, like, I just got into an accident and everything else. So they keep asking me the same shit, and I'm keep getting them right, but I wound up like almost messing up once, and it kind of made them, and they thought, oh, maybe, he just got into an accident. Maybe it's just that. But one of them was just a prick and would not let it go. So he's like making me like say all this shit and like trying to ask me 121 questions about myself, my birthdays and things like that, which is typical. And I'm hanging in there pretty good. I gotta say, I was doing pretty good for somebody who's fucked up, faking who they were. And it worked for a while. Then they decided to look me up on like Instagram or something. And the faces did not match very well. Let's just say that. The faces did not match very well because I had the birthdays, I had all the dates right of the person I was faking to be. And it worked with one of the teams, like the ambulance or whatever. I think they wound up actually believing it. I found that out later. Um, and the ticket, I think, got wrote out to that person too or something, but it was like thrown out. It wasn't nothing bad. Because anyways, the point is that they wound up figuring out who I was because they went through the Instagram, put the face next to mine, and was like trying to figure out if it was my face. And then they started going through it, and they wound up finding somebody else's that was tied to me and wound up finding me. And they found out who I was, tied me, and and arrested me. And I wound up in jail for a few days until they transferred me to the county I was wanted in that had the warrant out for me. And then I sat in there for a couple weeks or something like that. But the car was totaled, obviously. All fucked up. Here's your gallon of gas. Thank you, Richard. Thanks for the gas, brother. Lonely Stacker. Number one bad haircut and how you attempted to fix it. Well, I one time I always cut my own hair. Shout out to the Bang Gang squad. We got 34 LED just became a Bang Gang squad member. I will see you in the live tomorrow, 12 o'clock Central Time. So I always shaved my own head. And so if anything ever went wrong, it was my fault. And one time I've had so many times I've had some like really bad clippers, like just some rigged up dumbass clippers. And one time I'm going up my head and the clipper, the guard just flies off, just falls off and goes, meow, bald. So I had to shave my entire head, bicked bald, bicked all the way down to skin, looked like a damn skinhead. Happened to me one other time too, and I was lucky enough to where I did the bowl cut where it was just the top of my hair, or I had hair on the top, but all the sides was skin bald. And I did it myself, so all the way around was a complete circle. I would say I did a pretty damn good job, but I'm not sure how good of a skinhead I look. One time though, my friends cut my hair because we were gonna cut my hair to bald anyways, because I used to do that anyways. I said fuck it, and I started doing it like that for a while. Like, man, I don't even like hair. Like, I don't even want hair. Just cut that shit off. I don't even got to worry about it. And my friends decided to shave lines in my head as if it looked like I had cornrows. Right. Obviously, I didn't have cornrows, but it appeared that way because of the shaved lines. We took a picture and shit. I didn't keep it. But I used to actually have a rat tail in the back. And I remember in school, this is when I was real young, like 4th grade and under. The girls in school used to always like braid it and shit. Not gonna lie. I've done it before back when I was learning. I still cut my hair. I mean, I'll go and get my hair cut, but I don't have a problem cutting my own hair. Rat tail. Yeah. Yes, I did. I had me a good old rat tail. Shit, when it was wet, I have really curly hair, so it would just curl up. But when it was wet, it would go down to the middle of my back. That's how long it was by the time I cut it off. It was actually it was like the whole bottom, but then my aunt wound up cutting it 'cause, she did, and it was just a rat tail. This was, like I said, like, before, like, it was like 3rd grade or like from like 1st to 3rd grade or something like that. I'm talking about the guard coming off. So, like, oh, yeah, yeah. But especially when the last pair of clippers I had, my one guard was like messed up. So I used to have, every time I used that guard, I'd have to put a piece of tape on it just to assure it wouldn't pop off, because it would hang on, but every once in a while it would just pop off. And it was so scary. Like when you're going, like shaving your head, then all of a sudden, bing, it pops off and you jump and you're like, oh shit, put it back on. So I tape it on. So I've had situations like that where you just got a cheap old set of clippers and you can't afford to get better, can't afford to go get your hair cut, so you just got to get by with what you got. That's why I said, like, when I was younger, man, I said, fuck it, just shave my whole head. Then I got to worry about it very little, as little as possible. I also always had like really thick hair, so like my hair froze up. It's a lot better now. Like now my hair is a lot thinner than it used to be. My hair is, because like I've styled it a lot and I've done things with it. But back in the day, my hair was so thick it would just poof up. That's basically what I was. What is it? What are you at in 3rd grade? 3rd, 4th grade? 10? Yeah. So basically the same thing. It was the style back then. You got to remember, I was born in 86. So my rat tail was the shit back then. The shit. Fucking jewel. There you go. Bang, bang. Shape. Yeah, I know which one you're talking about. Guess what? I just maybe I shouldn't talk about it. I recently got some clippers. Can anybody guess what kind of clippers they are? Kara's like, baby. Don't do that. Don't do that, Jared. Don't do that. I was getting all the ladies with that rat tail. Yeah, the rat tail was the lady killer back in the day. They loved it. The ball shaver. Yes, I grabbed some Manscapes. I got me some Manscapes. Grabbed the little Manscaped kit. Grab some of their other stuff, like their some of their what is it, like their shampoos and stuff like that, just to try out their products. It really wasn't that bad with everything you get. I got a couple pairs of boxers and stuff like that from them. If you're gonna check it out, I'd try it out. So, but yeah, I didn't get like their because they have like a whole bunch of different kits and packages like for men, you know. But I definitely liked, this whole time for like the past 6 months that I've seen like all their ads and all their shit. I've liked the thought of it, Like I thought it was a really good idea. It's definitely a good way to keep the ladies down there. Manscaped clippers. Yes, I got the Manscaped clippers. The set comes with the nose clippers and shit, but I don't really use the nose one. I probably will, but I've never, my nose doesn't really get too bad. They feel good. I mean, they have a couple guards. And it's not like you're completely safe without the guard. You do need the one guard, but they're pretty safe without the one guard. But they're just like face ones, except for the bottom blade is plastic. So it works really good without biting you, I guess. Not saying it doesn't have the potential to bite you, but once you put the one guard on, it makes it to where you can get a really close cut where you're protected from skin getting in there, you know? But then you can also take that off to get like other areas really good. So it works great. It does. The whole system is really good. It's obviously rechargeable, waterproof, all that good stuff. Their moisturizers are really good. It has a really good scent to it. They give you like a deodorizing spray. It's not like a really strong scent, but it's good enough to where you're not gonna smell like you just put a bunch of cologne on, but where you smell good, if that makes sense. A real calm, toned down smell. Like you smell it for like 10 seconds at first, but then it quickly like kind of just goes away. But if you really tried to smell, you could. Do you know what I mean? Where like if somebody was down there, they're not going to be blown away by the scent of perfume, but you're going to have a nice scent. And then like the shampoo and conditioner seems like it was really good. It did say though that you're supposed to put like a good amount in your hand when you're putting it in, and you're supposed to sing your favorite song. I did leave that part out, so I might be missing, like the best part. So the next time I use it, I'm definitely going to sing my favorite song while doing it, and maybe it might activate something in the bubbles. We'll see. Don't worry about it. I'm talking about the shampoo and conditioner because it tells you to on the bottle. It says put a good amount in your hand and rub it in your scalp and massage it into your head while you're singing your favorite song. I haven't decided yet. 35 Outdoors and asked the same thing. What song you singing? What's your favorite song? I haven't decided yet. That's probably why I didn't do it. I was probably too busy fucking thinking of a song. If I ever do a video on the first impressions of it, maybe I'll insert that clip in. Ball talk with Neevesknives now. Yeah, EDC talk. You got to talk about your EDC next. Better than knowing what CR5, what? Steel? What? CR45 steel. Somebody asked me earlier about sharpening 3CR, and I thought and I was nice, I didn't want to be just throw it in the garbage, because I know, like some people, they're just getting into the community, and he was serious. He's like, what edge should I put on a 3CR? And I just told him, I said, or he asked me if I've ever sharpened it, or if I have any sharpening videos on 3CR. That's what it was. Do I have any sharpening videos on 3CR? I said no, but it's going to be similar to like 8CR, just a little less. And I said, it'll be just like that. I said it just won't have as good a edge retention. So, it'll take a really good edge, but it's not going to last, so just sharpen it like anything else. It should take just about whatever edge. It's just not going to last very long. 3CR, it's just over regular stainless steel. That's what I say, Daniel. Shit. It's like the number one EDC. The number one. Number one and number two. Just might. It's 5 less CRs. Pretty self-explanatory. Right. Right? 5 less CRs. Exactly. Oh, fuck. I think Neeves is like, whose bed have your boots been under? And whose heart did you steal, I wonder? You guys didn't think I'd know that shit, did you? Working with 7CR. That's why I asked for a knife. Working with a 7CR. That's why. Yeah, you definitely need a new knife. 7CR, that's going to be lower than 8CR, right? It's not going to have great edge retention. It's going to be the problem with it, right? This is the problem because you can get those knives for extremely cheap, like $10. 8CR too, but they're bottom of the barrel. So like if you can come up with $20, right? With $20, you can get a steel that's 5 times as good. Maybe not 5, but at least 2 to 3 times as good. It's like D2. D2 is not a bad steel, and for $20, it's amazing. It really is. Don't get me wrong, it's finicky with heat treat, but you can go with Sativian, Ganzo, for $16 to $30. All right, anywhere from $16 to $27, and you can get a damn good knife, like a really, really good knife. I would recommend getting a Ganzo FH41. That's like $20 even, or $23 or something like that, maybe $24. You're going to get D2, great fit and finish, great action, great everything. Deep carry clip, G10. It's not going to be FRN. Good lockup, a great knife. So that's why, like, when I hear like 8CR, 7CRs, I think like, man, just spend $5 or $10 more and get yourself 3 to 4 times the quality. You know what I mean? It's kind of like anything, like if somebody was spending money on something and you knew like, man, like that quality is not there compared to what you could get for just a couple more dollars. And like I said, you can go all the way down to $16 with some of the Ganzos and still get you'll get at least 440C. 440C is probably twice the quality of that, because 440C would be like 9CR, which 9CR actually from 8CR to 9CR, it's a dramatic jump. I know people like to line up the numbers, but it's a pretty big jump from 8CR to 9CR in edge retention and things like that. Not like, crazy, but it's a good jump to where you're getting to a point to where you have a decent amount of edge retention for an EDC knife. Now, 3CR to 8CR is like the same thing, but 8CR is still the bottom of the barrel. So 7CR is going to be right there with 8CR, but you could get so much better from 440C or D2. The problem with D2 is it's not very stainless, and 440C is stainless, but you're going to get a little bit better out of D2 than 440C. So if you're worried about corrosion resistance, go with 440C. If you're not, and it's not that bad, if you keep it oiled, it won't show corrosion, unless if you live in the swamps or something. But go with D2. You'll be surprised how much better it is. But it's also going to be it's going to take longer to sharpen if you're sharpening for the first time. So be careful. Be patient when you're sharpening for the first time, because it's going to take you a lot longer than 3CR or 7CR or 8CR. I heard a lot of her growing up. Can't say I'm a big fan these days, but I can respect her talent. Oh, Shania Twain. I listened to my mom growing up, listen to Shania. Oh, Shania Twain. I probably know all her songs. Alice says, trust me when I say that Kara appreciates you manscaping. There is nothing worse than choking on a hair while blowing on the tuba. And I can respect that. And I want her to enjoy herself, so I wouldn't want to take the enjoyment away. So of course. 8CR, right, D2 versus 8CR. 8 D2 all day. D2 will smoke HCR for breakfast like a doobie. Yeah, it just has superior edge technically. Like with an optimal heat treat, D2 has better edge retention than S30V. You'll never see that, but it has the potential to. But what we see is D2 has relative edge retention to 154 cm, VG10, 14C28N. It depends because there's a big variable, right? D2's like this. across the board, right? Like some will be really good and some will be really bad. Some will be good, some will be bad. It's just good and bad, good and bad. And I don't mean bad like it's just like, oh, it's not worth a shit. I just mean compared to its potential. Its potential's here, and this is what we get, right? And sometimes you'll see it here. Civivi has good D2. If you want to see like the best D2, get Civivi. Civivi has really good D2. All the other companies are, oh, not all. Some of the more reputable companies have okay D2. But HCR can't compare. It can't even compare to 440C. 440C is better than it. Just heard it was. If you look at the blade where it is drilled for attaching, it no longer looks like Damascus. I have no idea what you're talking about. I got a full-sized Marauder in 3V. Hell yeah. Got some Marauders in the other room. Stupid question. So, stone wash, acid wash, all that. Is satin the worst for corrosion? No. And if so, what's the order of shittiest to worst for finishing on the blade? So the worst is going to be bead blast. Blasted finishes are the worst. Then it would go, so if you acid etched it, right, and it's got a heavy acid etch, that can be the worst of the worst, I guess. But usually I see blasted being the worst. Now, some really, really heavy etched around any lettering, that's where will be the most dangerous spots. So, like if this was heavily etched, right here would be the worst area. But bead blasted is the worst, satin is the best. Whatever makes the finish the finest, where it's the smoothest, that's going to be the best. Because what happens is the bead blast has little pockets, and that's why when you rub your fingers across it, it has almost like a texture to it, almost tacky. Here's a bead blast. It feels smooth, don't get me wrong, it feels smooth, but if you really feel it nice and slow, it has a little bit of a tackiness to it. Well, that is little tiny pockets that moisture can get into. So stone wash, the reason why stone wash does better is because they're usually stone washed for so long that the surface is nice and flat. And it doesn't have little pockets. The stones are big hit marks. So it doesn't have a pocket for the moisture to get, to sit down in. It's a big area. So, yeah. So bead blast, stone wash, then satin. I've never paid so much attention to anything in my life. Thanks, Matt. I appreciate it, man. I don't know if you're saying as much as you are to me right now, or if you're talking shit and you're saying as much as I have to knives. But either way, thanks for coming, Matt. Whatever Ferrum Forge he was holding, I need one. Oh, yeah. You talking about this one? The Ferrum Forge Archbishop 3.0. This fucker is badass, man. Badass. 20 CV. Did you get my sticker for giveaway? Please show. Did you get my sticker? You talking to me? Do I have your sticker? Did I get your sticker? If I did, I don't have it next to me. I'd have it near the sharpening bench. Detent and flipper tab is amazing. But then I also have the Ferrum Forge Crux here, which is another badass one. This one's much more available. Great flipping action. Great flipper tab. Super solid detent. After oiling it, put a little KPL, it gets super smooth. This comes in 3 different colors, full-size knife, beautiful choil. Just an amazing knife. I'm thinking about getting a hollow grind put on this and this one too. I think they'd both be sick with hollow grinds. without taking them too thin. Like, I don't really want to make this super thin behind the edge because I like its robustness, but I want the geometry to be better. So just put a nice satin hollow on it while keeping it probably 15 thousandths behind the edge. That would be so badass. Same thing with this one. Maybe make this one a little bit thinner, 10 to 12 thousandths behind the edge with a nice hollow. Fuck yeah. But yeah, Lonely Stacker, if I did get your stickers, I got them in my sticker box out there. I don't have it sitting right here next to me. How do you neuter a dog? You take it to the vet. Take it to the vet. Take it to the vet. Sadly, I have the odium. Still love the fuck out of it. You know, I want to try the buck. I never got to try the buck. There's a few I haven't tried, but I mean, I love the Ferrum Forge designs and the knives, man. They're awesome. They do such great designs. Do you castrate? Do I castrate? No, I do not castrate. Love them stickers. Lonely. Oh, he must be talking to you. He's talking to you or me, man. I don't know. I came to Neve's stream for those knowledge bombs. Thank you, man. I appreciate it. Hey, Michael. What's up, brother? I was glued to the screen. Well, thanks, man. I don't know what that means. I designed the stickers and my wife made them. Nice. Tom, what's up, man? How you doing? I don't know if you ever got it, but I left a message on your answering machine. I designed the stickers and my wife made them. Yeah, shout out to Tri-State EDC. Him and his lovely wife, Kara, make stickers for people in the community. So if you guys are ever needing some stickers for like the most affordable, best price you could ever ask for, like half the price of any other company, go and check them out on Instagram. You can message them or contact them through his YouTube channel because he does have a YouTube channel. But you can hit him up on Instagram. Him and his lovely wife, Kara, do incredible work. They're very fast. They can help you design it, and they will make you the stickers. Ken says, hey, Neves, do you think recent titanium flippers are getting boring now with them having the same design? No, I do not. So I'm a titanium whore. I love micarta too. So I do look for different materials. Like I love fat carbon. I was really into regular carbon fiber for a long time and I still love it. But now, you know, I'm getting into the fat carbon fibers. Titanium, there's so many different ways to do it. There's so many different finishes. There's Timascus, there's Mocha Tie, there's Mocha Mai, there's regular titanium, then there's different finishes on the titanium, then there's different anodizing, then there's bolster locks like this. There's so many different ways to get it. So no, I love them. And I like me a nice, simple design too. So I appreciate the build qualities because there's a lot of little details, right? What you might see, right? For somebody who doesn't really know knives very well, they might just see the same thing between this and, I don't know, this and this, right? They might see the same thing, but there's so much different here. So much. Or even like the difference between this and this, right? To you guys, this might look the exact same damn near, but there are so much different. This is a liner lock. This is Van Ax Super Clean Steel. Basically a corrosion-proof super steel. Super deep hollow grind, thin geometry. It's only like 90 thousandths thick blade stock. and it's a liner lock with LC200N liner lock. So that's a steel that's normally put on blades, but in this case, it's on a liner to be super corrosion proof. It has phosphor bronze washers to also make it corrosion proof. The clip is a wire clip that works like the best out of any clip, and it's marine grade stainless steel. So this whole thing is made to be corrosion proof. So you could do anything with it in any type of corrosive environment, and it's going to stay nice and clean. And it's just a great EDC carry, super slicey. Something like this is a frame lock, right? And like the way they do the clips, the back spacers, just there's so many little details. The way they do the stop pin and the lockup and the action, different types of actions. Like this one's on ceramic caged bearings, right? And then you look at this one, which is also on ceramic caged bearings. Look at how smooth this is. Completely falls shut. Now this one has a reverse flicking hole. So it's completely different. And a front flipper. So you can use your finger or your thumb to front flip it. Kind of like a back flipper, but it's in the front. But you also have the fuller for a reverse flick. And it's got the fat carbon fiber, full titanium with a hand satin finish. So this one's hand satin is done by hand. A machine didn't do it. So there's so many different variables and differences. Great channel, and may the Lord Christ Jesus bless you. Thank you. Thank you. I do appreciate that. Put myself on the email list for the tactile for a thumb stud rock wall. I want one so bad. Yeah, they're badass. I love my rock. Oh, it's sitting on my sharpening bench. I love my rock wall. What is the difference in carbon fiber and fat carbon? Color. So fat carbon fiber has color in it. Carbon fiber. So there's all different kinds of carbon fiber. So like this is carbon fiber. And this is carbon fiber, but this one has white specks in it. It's not fat carbon though. But then there's also the direction they do it. There's side cut carbon fiber, which is my favorite. It's where they take it and they flip it to the side and you really see a really cool pattern from side to side. And then fat carbon fiber has colors in it. I'm trying to think where I got another knife that has it. So I got one right here, but it's not the same. And then my other fat carbon fiber I have right now, I can't show it to you guys till tomorrow. But this one's got a rose pattern, carbon fiber G10 mix. It looks like little roses. Also, carbon fiber can hold like 160,000 tons before it'll break. Like it is super lightweight and super strong, like incredibly strong. Like if you flip it another direction, it can hold like, I don't even know, like 200,000 tons or something. It's crazy. Like it's nuts how much it holds. You can watch a video online. 35 outdoorsman with the 5 bones. It's been great watching, but gotta get some sleep. Yeah, we're gonna be getting out of here in about 5 minutes, y'all. I do appreciate it, outdoorsman. Thank you for the 5 bones. Thank you for joining, and I hope you have a good night. Get some sleep, get some rest, and give them hell tomorrow. Give them hell tomorrow. Carbon fiber is a weave, yes, and the way it's weaved. So one direction it looks like, you know, like this. This has a star pattern on there, so I guess that's not a great way to put it. Like this. But then the other direction, so like the sides of it, it's weaved to the side. I got some right here, but it's not a great example. But here is a side cut piece. This is a Dukes of Hazzard with the 2 bones. How do I get my sausage fingers to reverse flip? I'll tell you in 1 second. So this is a great example of a weaved carbon fiber, but this is called an integral. So an integral means this entire handle is one solid piece of carbon fiber. They do the same thing with titanium, and they take titanium and they carve the whole thing out of one piece, the whole handle out of one piece. So when I turn it to the side, you'll see that there's no space in the back. It's just one solid piece. This is very hard for them to do, and it does cost a lot of money, but this would be a side cut piece, but it's going to be hard to show you on camera. Well, on a live camera. Come on. But it looks beautiful in person. Especially with the right pieces, like depending on how they weaved it, if they weave it right, the fibers will be really thick. Look for pictures online. Side cut carbon fiber. It is fucking gorgeous. I love it. I think it looks beautiful. This is the Big Belly, the Tuya Big Belly. It's an access lock. Great action. Amazing ergos. M390 steel. Now, how do you reverse flick? This is how you do it. So, get something with a hole, like a Spyderco PM2, Spyderco Manix. Get a PM2. PM2 will probably be your best bet. Take your hand, go like this. 4 fingers out. Okay, this is important. You can worry about doing this later on, but for right now, 4 fingers out. Okay? Take your middle finger and tuck it in like that. Tuck it in like that. Tuck it in like that. Then act like you're flipping a bean. Bang. Remember, one thumb across. Very easy to do. Even lefty. And your fat fingers will fit in here. This is perfect. It's perfect for any finger size. Even the sausage fingers. Todd, what's up, bud? Most I win on a ticket. I know that's not from me. Jay says, laugh my ass off. That's funny, dude. I need to go to Vegas one of these days. End cut or side cut? Same thing. Yep, same thing. End cut or side cut is the same thing. Knife Addict, what's your thoughts on Magna Cut, sharpening and stropping the edge back? So, I did a full video on it. You can watch my full video on Magna Cut. But this is how I see it. Really quick, and then we'll get out of here. So, Magna Cut. Magna Cut has the potential to be amazing. It has the potential to be one of the most amazing steels we've ever had. It's hyper stain resistant, great edge retention, super tough, and takes an incredible edge. And you can put low angles on it. Takes a great edge, regardless the grit, if it has a good heat treat. Now, I think it needs to be, from my opinion, around 63 HRC and up. At 63 HRC, it has insane potential. Like, it feels incredible on the stone. It takes a nasty sharp edge and a hyper aggressive edge. Now, under 63 HRC, let's say 62.5, it's still really good. Not to the highest potential, but it's still really good. Once you get to 62 and below, now it starts becoming just okay. Okay, it's still good. Like, I'm not saying it's bad. Like, oh my God, it's bad now. Now you got a bad steel. No, it's just not to the highest potential it could be. So it's just, it's good. All right. It's nothing to freak out about. You're still going to be able to get really sharp edges, but you might not want to put a polish on it. You might want to put a 600 grit edge. Always use diamonds. Strap it on. I would say strap it on diamonds as well. Gunny juice works really good. Use diamonds and 600 grit. Or I'd say 1200 grit and below. Keep it under 1200 to 1000 grit. 600 grit would probably be best. You can do 17 degrees per side. That's a really good edge for most knives. But it's, especially if you want to be able to bring up the level of sharpness, then you're going to want a lower angle. Now, like I said, if you're getting it from companies like Spyderco that are doing it around 63, then you can get up to the high polished edges and still hold the bite really good. But yeah, that's basically a fast way to put it. I love the Magna Cut steel. I love it the best at 63 and up. And I think, you know, like Tactile, I think is probably doing it at like 62. That's the way I think. That's what I think. I'm not positive about that, but that's what I think from sharpening it and testing it and everything. I'm guessing it's right around 62, and it's good. It's good. I like it. I think mine's super sharp. I put a meter polish on mine. Super sticky, super good, super sharp. But I did another knife, not from Tactile, but from another company that seemed around 62, and it wouldn't take great polish. It took a polish, but not that great. I tried other ones that you know, I had to put aggressive edges on there. And like I said, it's 60 to 62. It's still good. It's just not amazing. But I do think there's a point of which, you know, and it's probably between 60 and 61. I'm not positive, but probably maybe 61 and a half, where it's not great, right? And I know I just said it's still good, but what I mean is compared to Magna Cut at 62.5, 63, it's not good. Now, compared to other steels, yeah, it's probably great, or probably good, I should say. There's just so many variables, you know, but I personally wouldn't really want it. You know, I would want to go with a different steel if it was between 60 and 61. 61.5. If I could get it at 62 and up, I'll be okay. 63, I want it. I want it now. Like, that's the way I look at it. Michael, you figured it out. We got a new member, y'all. We got a new Bang Gang member. I will see you tomorrow at noon for the Bang Gang live at 12 o'clock Central Time. Shout out to all the Bang Gang squad. Don't forget the live tomorrow, guys, at noon Central Time. Yes, you figured it out. I'm glad you did. I was feeling bad, man. I didn't want to like stop the show for it all, but I'm glad you figured it out, man, because I was feeling bad. And thank you for joining, by the way. I do appreciate all the members. Now, different tiers get different things. The premium tiers, the Rocksteads, they technically have the ability to contact me for one-on-one sharpening. We do have to figure it out where we can set up times and everything else. And then when I'm sharpening, we can do like a one-on-one Zoom call or whatever. But hey, we got a Dukes of Hazzard donation. Appreciate the tip and your willingness to share. Man, thank you for the donation. I appreciate your willingness to support the channel, man. Thank you. We are going to take off, but first, before we take off, I want to shout out all my patron members. You guys are amazing. Thank you so much. You guys are incredible. If those of you that won the last month's giveaway, I've got one package sent out. So that means there's two people that still have packages coming. You just need to let me know what you guys want. One person already told me what they want, so I'm just waiting for them to get it in stock. But yeah, the last person just has to let me know what they want from the giveaway. And shout out to all the Bang Gang squad members. I do appreciate all the support through them. And shout out to everybody who helps me out in the chat, in the comments, everybody who shows up to the lives, all the donators, man. You guys are amazing. I appreciate you guys watching the content and supporting so much. It is a true blessing, and I can't thank you guys enough. I really can't. This channel's been blowing up so much, and it's been very humbling, and you guys have been so supportive. I appreciate everybody, like I said, who helps me out in the comments, you know, helping out with answering questions and things like that. And, you know, it's been amazing. Like I was saying before, that I might do a couple practice videos on some, not like really new content, but like some newish style content and just see how it does. But trust me, it'll still be the same and it wouldn't be changing anything in a bad way. It'll be for good. You guys will see. It's not like crazy B-roll stuff, but it has a little bit of that, but it's more personal. You guys will see if I wind up doing it. Thank you guys for everything. I love you guys. I appreciate all the support. Peace.